basically we were talking about the.
No. What issue that we discussed?
We talked about the difference between the Japanese Confucianism and Buddhism versus religion.
I mean, how we live. What's the gap? How we live? European, Western, and Japanese. How we live.
With sin, you mean?
Oh, yes, sin. But you said gap among Western and Japanese. We have gap among how to
okay,
live.
so no, but
How to live. Okay, my concern is
right.
how to live.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Just this question.
What I'm talking about is Confucianism, Buddhism. Actually, they basically tell you how to live, just like religion. That it's not a gap; it's a similarity.
You said, I told you, nothing similarity. If you have similarity, how come we have problem with European people? No similarity. We have big gap.
But I think that there is a similarity between religion and Confucianism, and that is the basically we follow a road. But okay, then there are differences between the roads, because one road leads to yourself and the other road leads to God. So basically, if I am God, then it is very similar, I believe.
No, Japanese people no God.
No, exactly. But so that if you equal yourself as God, I am God. Who's God? I am God. Like Nietzsche said, God is dead, right? So I am God. Finding yourself, finding peace, is the same as finding peace with God. So what I'm saying is that this is not the gap. This is a similarity. The other leg where European culture is built upon is Western philosophy. That's not the way. That's the why.
You said similarity. What similarity?
Similarity is what they have in common. So they
Yeah,
both have.
What's common? What in common?
What they have in common is that they both have a very important book, spiritual leader who tells them how to live, what to do.
We don't have kind of spiritual leader.
Confucianism.
No, not spiritual leader. Nothing. I told you, absolutely nothing.
No, but it is basically, if you want to read that, you need to follow the steps in that book. It's just like the Bible, right?
No, nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing. No God.
That is, I don't believe that.
You say Japanese mystical old book. Mystical old book. Kojiki. Old book.
Mysterious?
Oldest book, 8th century. And they said many gods. Okay.
Right.
This is Japanese history, but this is
no. The Japanese culture is based on among others Confucianism, right? It's a very strong.
Yes.
Right. So,
but no God.
But Confucianism in itself is the teachings of Confucianism is basically how you should live your life, just like the Bible, how you should live your life. And if you do that in Confucianism, you find yourself. In Buddhism, you find yourself.
No.
You become
Bible, not Bible. Cultivation book.
Bible also says
conceptually different, not Bible. Cultivation book. Cultivate yourself. Cultivation is different.
Yeah, but okay.
Completely different. Cultivate yourself.
The Bible is not like that.
Yeah.
Bible is tells you what to do, what not to do.
Exactly.
Right.
Cultivation.
But basically, Confucianism also, the way that I understand it, this also tells you to do this and do that, to study, to be patient, to do this and not to do that. That is a path, basically, that it lays out for.
This is people. To be the top of the country.
Right.
You're going to top of country.
You need to follow these steps, you need to do this, you need to do that, and then when you do that, you will become a noble person.
This is different from the Christianity. This is how to cultivation.
Right, but it's also a kind of like a manual on how to do things, right? Just like the Bible, how to do things. It just tells you how to follow this book, follow these teachings.
No moral.
Okay, so, but maybe the direction is a little bit different, but I think ultimately it is a manual to go to God, or a manual to become a great person.
To be president of country. It's different.
I don't know if it's that different actually.
This book is just this book to teaching you the method to be the president. No morality. Morality is a different issue.
No morality, you say, but is that really true?
Maybe the righteousness, benevolence.
Exactly. Those are all moral.
That's different aspect.
Well, if benevolence and righteousness, those are very clearly.
Yeah, this is morality, but
right.
Major teaching is how to going to be the president of country.
But by being benevolent, by being this, by being that, basically, if you follow these kind of like obtainable steps, you will get there, right? It's kind of a how to get to the top, how to get to God, how to reach the pinnacle.
Yeah.
But that basically gives people a guideline, where Western philosophy throws people back on themselves, on their own feet. They need to think, they need to reason, abstract, that they are the central figure in their world, individuals, and they need to make sense out of it all and figure out for themselves what is true, what is not true. And I think that this is a gap with Japanese culture, because I think that there, with some exceptions, there are not that many Western style philosophers that influenced today's Japanese culture. If there are philosophers that are influential, I believe that they are more influential from a Western perspective. So Western philosophers had more influence on this kind of reasoning and asking the why question.
Okay, but I have a question for you. Westerners, how are you going to judge whether this is good or bad, or good or evil? How are you going to make a judgment?
So that is only something that you do via your moral standards, right? That's more or less a religious question.
My question: how do you think Westerners' judgment for whether this sort of thing is good or evil? How do you want to make a judgment? What is the basis?
It's morality. Man.
What is the morality of Westerners? What is it?
What is the morality of Westerners?
Yeah, this is good or evil. How are you going to judge it? What is the base of your
ethics?
It's
ethics.
Yeah, ethics. What is the ethics? Very important.
What is ethics?
That's right. This is more important.
It's cultural values, but